Hello mariners, and welcome back to our Actis series. Today, we're diving into one of the most critical steps for safe navigation, setting up your safety contours and alarms. This is where we tell the Actis exactly what shallow means for our specific vessel, turning it from a simple map into a powerful, personalized safety tool. Let's get started. So, what exactly is a safety contour? Think of it as a bold, uncrossable line that the CDIS draws on the chart. It separates navigable, or safe, water from non-navigable, or unsafe, water based on the parameters we input. Crossing this line without a very good reason is a huge no-go. The Actis uses this contour to trigger alarms and visually highlight dangers, making it an essential part of your passage plan. The primary factor in determining your safety contour is your vessel's draft, but we don't just use the static draft. We need to account for several dynamic factors to create a reliable safety margin. This is where the concept of under-keel clearance, or UKC, comes in. Your company will have a strict UKC policy, which is the minimum distance required between the ship's keel and the seabed. This policy is non-negotiable and is the foundation of our calculation. So, how do we calculate the depth needed for our safety contour? First, we take our vessel's deepest draft. Let's say for this voyage, our maximum draft is 9.5 meters. Now, we need to add a safety margin. This margin isn't just a random number. It's calculated based on factors like the expected squat of the vessel at different speeds, the accuracy of the hydrographic data known as CATSOC, or zone of confidence, and the state of the tie. For instance, in open sea with good survey data, a 10% margin on your draft might be sufficient. In a confined channel, it could be much higher. Let us use a simple example. If our company's UKC policy dictates a minimum of 1 meter in this area, we add that to our draft. So, 9.5 meters of draft plus a 1 meter safety margin gives us 10.5 meters. This 10.5 meters is the minimum depth of water we need to be safe. Now we take this value 10.5 meters, our example, to the Actis. We go into the settings menu, usually under chart display or safety settings, and find the safety contour input field. Here's a crucial point. You can't just type in any number you want. The Actis can only display the contour lines that are actually present in the electronic chart data. For example, the available contours might be 5, 10, 15, and 20 meters. If we enter 10.5 meters, the CDIS will automatically select the next deepest available contour to ensure our safety. In this case, it would select the 15-meter contour. This is a vital safety feature. The Actis will always round up to the next deeper contour line available in the chart's data. This means the area displayed as safe is actually deeper than our minimum requirement, giving us an additional buffer. Once set, you'll see a thick, prominent line appear on the chart. That's our 15-meter safety contour. The water on the safe side will typically be white or a light shade, and the water on the unsafe side will be a darker shade of blue, immediately drawing your eye to potential dangers. Let's talk about what happens visually. The Actis uses two other important settings that work with the safety contour: the safety depth and the shallow and deep contours. The safety depth is a value you set, usually equal to your calculated safe depth, 10.5 meters in our case. This tells the CDIS to make any soundings on the chart shallower than this value appear in bold, making them stand out. The shallow contour highlights very shallow areas, often in a dark blue, while the deep contour can be used to distinguish deeper water, perhaps for anchoring purposes. By setting all these correctly, you create a 4-color depth display: a very dark blue for the shallowest areas, a lighter blue for the area between the shallow and safety contours, white for the navigable water between the safety and deep contours, and a grayish shade for the deepest parts. This color coding gives you an immediate and intuitive understanding of the seabed topography at a single glance. Now, with our safety contour set, we can enhance our situational awareness even further by using guard zones or guard rings. A guard zone is a sector or ring that you can configure around your vessel. It acts as a virtual, forward-looking radar for charted dangers. You can define its size and shape. For example, you can set a sector extending to nautical miles ahead of your ship with a width of half a mile on either side of your track. The purpose of this zone is to have the Actis automatically scan for any dangers that enter it. What kind of dangers? Anything you tell it to look for. This includes soundings shallower than your safety depth, isolated underwater rocks, wrecks, or crossing your own safety contour. If any of these hazards breach the boundary of your guard zone, the ECDIS will trigger an audible and visual alarm, demanding your attention long before you're in immediate danger. This is an incredibly powerful proactive tool, especially on lawn, open sea legs, or during nighttime navigation when vigilance can be challenging. It's like having an extra lookout whose sole job is to stare at the chart ahead. For example, if an uncharted or newly reported wreck with a depth of 8 meters lies on our course, the moment it enters our 2-mile guard zone, an alarm will sound. This gives the bridge team ample time to assess the situation, consult their charts, and make a safe course alteration well in advance. It prevents last-minute, reactive decision-making and keeps the vessel in a constant state of proactive safety. Setting up these alarms is a fundamental part of preparing your ECDIS for the voyage. So, let's recap step 4. First, we calculate our required depth by adding a safety margin, dictated by our company's UKC policy, and other dynamic factors, to our vessel's deepest draft. Second, we input this value into the ECDIS safety contour setting, understanding that the system will select the next deepest contour available on the chart. Third, we configure our safety depth to make shallow soundings stand out. And finally, we establish a guard zone around our vessel to provide an early warning for any charted dangers that lie ahead on our path. Taking these steps transforms the ECDIS from a passive display into an active guardian of your vessel. It automates the constant monitoring process, freeing up the officer of the watch to focus on collision avoidance, weather, and the overall management of the bridge. Never underestimate the importance of these settings. A properly configured ECDIS is one of the most significant advancements in maritime safety. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this detailed look at setting your safety contours and alarms has been helpful. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next steps in our ECDIS series. As always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.